Hello everyone, I am Dr. Priestley John George, working as Assistant Professor in Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science, Rama University, Kanpur. Today, in this video lecture, we are going to discuss about medicinal chemistry. What is medicinal chemistry? Medicinal chemistry deals with design and development of new drugs. Medicinal chemistry is mainly used for designing and developing of new drugs. In this, there are three main stages. First is the identification. Second is the optimization. And third is the production. In the first stage, that is identification, we have to identify the lead molecule from the plant sources. Then we have to optimize this lead molecule to improve its potency, selectivity, and to reduce toxicity. These are the main three stages we have to discuss. And at last, production. And to produce bulk amount of this drug is the production stage. Medicinal chemistry, that is MC, it is the intersection of two subjects, pharmacology and organic chemistry. As it is said, it is intersection of pharmacology and organic chemistry. It deals with 5 main topics. From pharmacology, we have to study the classification and mechanism of action. And from organic chemistry, we have to cover synthesis of any drugs, structure, and IUPAC name, and also SAR. SAR is the structure activity relationship, and it involves both pharmacology and organic chemistry. Earlierly, the scientists were used natural sources or plants for developing drugs, but nowadays scientists are using different biotechnological process or other techniques to produce drugs. Next, we are going to drugs acting on autonomic nervous system. In this, mainly the adrenergic drugs acts on the adrenergic neurotransmitters. They exert their pharmacological and therapeutic actions by exerting their effect on different divisions or components in the adrenergic sympathetic divisions. And if the sympathetic stimulated, it is known as sympathetomimetic. If it is sympathetic action is decreased, it is known as sympatholytics. Then we have to move on to the adrenergic neurotransmission. Adrenergic neurotransmission are exerted by acting on adrenergic neurotransmitters. Main neurotransmitters are dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine. These are the main neurotransmitters which are present in autonomous nervous system. These are catecholamines. What is catecholamines? Catecholamines are monoamines with 2 hydroxyl groups attached to the benzene ring. This is catechol, and a amine group is added to its terminal, so it is known as catecholamines. And next, we have to look on the biosynthesis of catecholamines. In the biosynthesis of catecholamine, the phenylalanine is converted into tyrosine in the presence of hydroxylase. We can see one OH group is added to the phenyl ring. Next, after tyrosine is converted into levodopa in the presence of tyrosine hydroxylase. There also we can see one OH group is added. Then this levodopa is converted into dopamine which is a neurotransmitter in the presence of dopa decarboxylase, in which the carboxylase group is removed. Next, this dopamine is converted into norepinephrine, next neurotransmitter. There we can see it is one dopamine beta hydroxylase is added in the beta position of the phenyl ethylene linkage. Then it is converted to epinephrine and another neurotransmitter in the presence of N-methyl transferase, where one methyl group is added in the presence of N-methyl transferase. This is the biosynthesis of catecholamines. So we will see the next is storage, release, uptake, metabolism of catecholamines. As we know, tyrosine is an amino acid which is actively transported into neuron through tyrosine transporter along with sodium ions, in which this tyrosine is converted to levodopa in the presence of tyrosine hydroxylase. And this levodopa is converted to dopamine, a neurotransmitter, in the presence of dopa decarboxylase. And after that, it is transported into the presynaptic vesicles, in which it is converted to norepinephrine in the presence of dopamine beta hydroxylase. When action potential reaches the neuron, the voltage gated calcium channel opens and calcium are entering into the neurons, which causes the fusion of norepinephrine containing presynaptic vesicle with the membrane. So, due to exocytosis, the norepinephrine are released into synapse and it binds with various receptors, that is alpha and beta receptors. There are different types of alpha and beta receptors. They are alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2 and beta 3 receptors. Alpha 1 receptor is found in the vascular smooth muscles and pupillary dilator muscles, which causes the contraction of smooth muscles and dilation of muscles. Next is the alpha 2 receptors. These are found in the fat cells and pancreatic cells, which causes the inhibition of lipolysis and inhibition of the production of insulin. Next is the beta 1 receptor. Beta 1 receptor is found in the heart, which causes the increase in heart rate. Next is beta 2, which is found in the vascular smooth muscle and it causes the relaxation of muscles. Next, beta 3 receptor, which is found in the fat cell, which stimulates the lipolysis. These are the various type of receptors found in our body, in which alpha 2 is found in the, these alpha 2 receptors are found in the presynaptic neuron, which causes the inhibition of release of norepinephrine. Next is the metabolism of norepinephrine. In our body, norepinephrine are metabolized by two enzymes, COMT. COMT means catechol O-methyl transferase. This enzyme causes the metabolism of norepinephrine, and also there is another enzyme known as monoamino oxidase or MAO. These two enzymes causes the metabolism of norepinephrine. Next is the reuptake of norepinephrine. Norepinephrine is reuptaken through norepinephrine transport, which is transported into presynaptic vesicles. It is stored in the presynaptic vesicles to prevent degradation.